Well, it's going to be a beautiful morning because of the work we're doing here today and continuation of the massive revitalization efforts in Park Heights. And we're going to hear from a number of folks this morning, and then we're going to commence the deconstruction of this block of houses behind us. And so we're eliminating blight, not just through demolition, but through deconstruction, which enables us to actually recycle all these materials and provides wonderful training and employment opportunities for the team that's doing the work. And I'm sure others will want to talk about that, so I don't want to get into a lot of discussion about that. I don't want to steal the thunder here. Very happy to be here this morning. My name is Paul Graziano, Commissioner of Housing in the City of Baltimore. We are here in Park Heights today, as I said, to continue the efforts to eliminate blight and to replace what was blight with a major reinvestment. And we've already seen a number of examples. I know the mayor is going to talk about several of them, but we also have some boards along the side here that displays a number of the projects that have already been completed and some of the others that will be moving forward, including one major project that the mayor will be announcing this morning a few blocks down. It was great to see as I was coming in the clean and green team up the block here from Park Heights Renaissance. Where's Shale is, where's Shale?
Right here.
Right here, I'm sorry, looked right past you. And his folks there are doing a great job in terms of the day-to-day cleanups. And this major blight removal complements that work, obviously. I wanted to thank a few people and then acknowledge some of our team. I also wanted to, I know that Larry Jennings is here. We're going to hear from Larry, the chairman of the board of Park Heights Renaissance. And I want to have other board members from Park Heights Renaissance who are out there, please raise your hand so people could acknowledge you. Okay, thank you. Let's give a hand to the Park Heights Renaissance board. We're going to hear from a couple of folks here. Amy Perry, president of Sinai Hospital, we'll be hearing from in a minute. I want to thank her and the hospital for being so such an important anchor and critical partner here. We're going to hear also from, in addition to the mayor, we're going to hear from Larry Jennings and Jeff Carroll from Details. But let me talk about a few of the folks on our team here from the housing department who are making this possible. I'm going to start with, where is Julie? Julie Day and her team. Tony Badon is here. I know I saw Bill Berge out here. I'm not sure who else from, oh yeah. So we are going to also acknowledge Michael Braverman and his team. Where's Michael? Michael, and I think, I know Jason is here, Jason Hessler, and Stacy Freed. Where's Stacy? Stacy has done some terrific work here in terms of writing grant proposals and working with Park Heights Renaissance on budgets and so forth, so I want to thank her as well. I know that Park Heights has been one of the mayor's top priorities since she got in office, really before she got in office, because as council president, and then before that, this was part of the mayor's district, and so she was very much supportive of Park Heights. But the commitment and her ability to affect change here obviously dramatically accelerated and increased with her assuming the role of mayor, and she has certainly stepped up and has literally seen investments of close to $200 million since she came into office, and the work will continue as she leaves office. She has set a path here for us to move forward in this neighborhood and to continue the progress. So at this point, I would like to ask Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake to come on up and give us her thoughts, her reflections on the work that's been done here and what she sees moving forward.
Thank
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is good to see you all. I hope everybody's doing the best they can to stay warm out here. I was talking to someone earlier that the meteorologist said it was going to be, 60 degrees today. It's like, maybe that should be my new gig. You don't have to be right at any time, and you still get to keep your job. It doesn't feel like 60, but it's good to see everyone here anyway, and I want to thank all of our partners who have been with us along the way in Park Heights. Years ago, we drew a line in the sand and declared a war on blight in Park Heights. We looked to programs like Vacants To Value as our way to revitalize such vital parts of our city. And since its launch in 2010, Vacants To Value has filed receivership cases in more than 2,000 privately owned vacant buildings and helped initiate the sale of over 1,400 properties, of which more than 900 were vacant buildings and more than 500 were vacant lots. Under Vacants To Value, more than 3,400 vacant properties have been rehabilitated, nearly 2,200 dilapidated structures have been demolished, greatly enhancing the appearance in Park Heights and along Park Heights Avenue and other thoroughfares throughout our city. But we didn't stop here. To date, we've acquired over 80% of the properties in the major redevelopment area to make new development in Park Heights possible. We completed phase 1 of the Ripken Fields, which has dramatically expanded recreational opportunities at C.C. Jackson Recreation Center. We shut down the notorious ranch, the Palm Mall Apartments, and replaced it with affordable housing for seniors, now called Renaissance Gardens, which I think is a symbol for the Renaissance here in Park Heights. Not to be confused with Restoration Gardens, a former school that was converted to 42 affordable apartments for young adults who were either homeless or transitioning out of foster care. Among the other services to come in this area is the Weinberg Family Community Center, Gardenzia's newest facility that will provide addiction recovery services to pregnant and or single parents with their young children. There is a lot to be proud of in Park Heights, and Baltimore is, I think, to talk about Park Heights as a renaissance, I don't think is an understatement. I think it's a true statement about the direction of our of this community. On Preakness Day, which is a time where most the country's eyes are turned on this neighborhood, we want people around the country to know what we know about Park Heights, is that it is one of our most historic neighborhoods in our city, and has been in the past and can be in the future one of our most vibrant communities in the city, and not just a jewel of horse racing. So it won't be easy and it won't happen overnight. I talked to one of my community leaders earlier today, talking about the journey that we've been on, and it hasn't always been smooth. I remember at least 2 previous Park Heights master plans that under previous administrations that went nowhere, but I made a commitment when I became mayor that the master plan would not sit on the shelf. It was not a document for safekeeping, but a roadmap for moving forward. And I worked very diligently with my partners inside city government and the partners in the community to find ways that we can push forward and to talk about the fact that we've come so far in the first redevelopment area. It really makes me proud of the work of Commissioner Graziano, Julie Day, Michael Braverman, my entire housing team, the Park Heights Renaissance, all the community partners who have been really, in the truest sense, partners in the progress that we're seeing here. So we are well on our way towards making Park Heights sparkle again, providing more educational and recreational opportunities for our young people so they can safely grow and thrive and pursue their dreams. So we're transforming Park Heights so that this area will once again be a destination where families will have the resources they need to raise the next generation of Baltimoreans. Again, I want to thank all of our partners. I want to particularly thank our partner in Amy Perry at Sinai Hospital for being, in the truest sense of the word, we depend on our anchors, and Sinai has been that anchor for this community in so many ways. I want to thank Izzy Patoka, who continues to, where is Izzy? Who continues to reinvent himself in ways that helps our community. I want to thank Larry Jennings, the chair of Park Heights Renaissance, for bringing his no-nonsense style to the work that needs to be done to continue to move Park Heights forward. I want to thank Cheo Hurley for believing in this area and working to find common ground so we can move forward. And I want to thank Jeff Carroll of Details for understanding that the only way that we move forward as a community is to do so together. And the work that you're doing with deconstruction truly helps that. I hope I'm not, and I mentioned our housing team. I want to also thank Leon Pinkett, currently a part of my economic development team, soon to be member of the city council, and I want to thank you for all of your hard work and being a true leader in the work that needs to be done in the Park Heights area. Again, this is a great day. I can't wait to see who's going to get in the what is that, a Bobcat or something, whatever it is, and take the first swipe. It will not be me. I will tell you, I'm not going to do that again. But again, thank you for everything that you've done to get us to this beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Let's give the mayor another round of applause for this has been a terrific effort. Projects like this take a commitment, focus, and tenacity, and just have to keep pushing forward. And that's what we're doing. That's what this mayor has done, and she's, as I said, positioned us very well to move forward with additional blight elimination and additional reinvestment. At this point, I'd like to ask Amy Perry from Sinai, the president of Sinai, to come on up and comment as our major anchor partner in this community.
Hi, thank you. So at Sinai Hospital, our mission is to maintain and improve the health of the community. And quite frankly, what that means is in the community, because keeping people healthy, 85% of what keeps people healthy happens in the community, not in the hospital. And it has to do with jobs and education and violence prevention and housing. And so when we work on our mission every day, we're in the community connecting and trying to make positive change. We have more than 300 employees at Sinai Hospital that live in this community. This is our neighborhood, and we care about it, and we're so proud of the long-term vision to revitalize this neighborhood, and we need to stay together, relentlessly focused on making progress every day, every week, every month, until it is truly complete. Our work here is not ended, it's just beginning, and we at Sinai Hospital are so proud to be a part of it. And when I saw what we could do together a couple weeks ago, and I see so many faces that were at the playground build with me a couple weeks ago. We had Park Heights Renaissance and Neighborhoods United and city people and many 200 employees from Sinai Hospital building a park only 2 blocks away from here, and really working together to change the face of this neighborhood. It makes me really proud of everyone, and to be part of this great teamwork and this partnership that we've built together. So thank you so much for today, and let's keep fighting to make this neighborhood great. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Amy. And I wanted to also acknowledge the Councilwoman Sharon Green Middleton, who's been so supportive. I know she's not able to make it today, but Robert Ginyard from her office is here. And if you'd like to say a couple of words, or
you're doing such a small
well, but we do want to thank Sharon. She's been a real fighter and such a critical part of this, and it is also a member of the Park Heights Renaissance Board. And speaking of the board, I'm going to ask Larry Jennings to come on up and say a few words, and maybe Larry, you could talk about the project that's down the block here that we're, as well. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone from the mayor's staff for being here. I'd like to thank the community leaders. I'd like to thank my board members, the board who's not paying attention. I'd like to thank Amy Perry, who is one of the most creative nonprofit industrial medical leaders in the world. We recruited from Miami to Baltimore. She probably wish she were in Miami today. I'd like to thank all the people that have stood by Park Heights. You know, when this journey started, it started right at the recession, and people like shortly forget that there was a period of like 4 or 5 years where there was very little building, not only in Park Heights but anywhere in the United States. So I think, you know, coming out of the recession, we have a good plan. We have good, you know, people concerned about the mayor leaving. I think we have good staff leadership in the city that'll follow through on everything that the mayor wants to get done. So we have 7 projects right now on the drawing board within walking distance of where we are. We have our church square, that's what we call it. Someone informed me there's a church square in East Baltimore, so we have to rename the project. But it is a project that is surrounded by 4 or 5 churches. It involves, it's the board to my far right, to your left if you're looking at me, I guess. It involves 125 mixed income apartments, some affordable, mostly workforce housing. It involves 15 for sale housings. It's a approximately $20 million project. We're very excited about it. We are working through our land agreements with the city. We feel pretty good about it. On the second board, you'll see that we have 7 more projects on the board. There's the Wiley Avenue project, which is retail as well as more affordable senior housing. It's directly across from the Zeta Center, which is the most actively used senior citizen center. That's like a tongue tweezer in here in the city. It's the it's our like JCC for old people. And there are several other projects we have on the drawing board on the corner of Thorndale and Pimlico Road, which we're going to announce. We have a major funder that wants to put in a hydroponic farm, a very technologically sophisticated hydroponic farm that will create 30 jobs here in the city, in Park Heights. So we have a lot of things going on. And I would say that for all of you naysayers out there, Park Heights is going to happen. Baltimore has the 4th or 5th fastest growing millennial population in the United States. Those people are out of space in Hamden. They're out of space in Remington. They're out of space in Fells Point. We are going to be the next growth center in the city of Baltimore. Thank you.
All right, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, Larry. And really, I'm very excited about the project down there at the corner of the 4300 block of Park Heights Avenue, just 3 blocks down, and at Rosewood. And it is the gateway between the new senior housing that the mayor mentioned that replaced the ranch and Park Heights Avenue. So we saw this very blighted corridor, this 1 block corridor that was just not the kind of environment we wanted to have the seniors as they were walking over to Park Heights Avenue. So this beautiful new development will replace that blight with beautiful new housing for over 100 families. So we're very excited about that and all the other projects that were mentioned. I would like to acknowledge that we've just been joined by City Council President Bernard Jack Young, and he's been a big supporter of this project as well. And he has been here when we needed him, and so appreciate his presence here today as well. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Jeff Carroll from Details, because these are the folks who are really in charge today. These are the folks that are going to see that these buildings are taken down, but taken down in an environmentally sensitive way, in a way that fully recycles all the materials, and most importantly, provides training and employment opportunities for some wonderful folks who are working on that team. So let's give a hand for Jeff Carroll of Details.
It requires a certain amount of courage whenever you want to experience innovation. And 2.5 years ago, the mayor's office and working with the Department of Housing and Community Development really took a courageous step to start a pilot that would explore the possibilities of deconstruction being used as a primary means for removing buildings here in the city of Baltimore. It hadn't been done anyplace else in the country, and there wasn't any really good data that would say it could be done again, except that, or done for the first time, except that we found that if we did the right research and we found the markets for the recoverable materials, the brick and the lumber in particular, that it could be done economically, viably, and in the process could create 6 to 8 times more jobs than standard demolition on projects where standard demolition didn't need to be used. I think there'll always be a place for our traditional demolition approach. But there are a lot of projects where deconstruction makes a lot of sense if we can do it in an economically viable way. And so 2.5 years ago, we launched on that endeavor. And today, I can say that we are doing it in an economically viable way. We are employing over 30 individuals just for the city contract. We've recovered almost 1 million bricks. We've harvested nearly 200,000 board feet of lumber. We have a landfill diversion rate that approaches 98%.
Incredible. All right.
So we're excited about that for a lot of reasons, but we really do believe that the job creation component was the most important part. There's lots of ways to get rid of the material, and we are certainly proponents of protecting our environment, but we're committed to our citizens first, and we wanted to make sure that our residents had opportunities to get good paying jobs at the city's definition of a living wage or better, with full benefits, with paid time off, with paid holidays, with employee assistance, so that they'd have an opportunity to not just be employed, but to thrive as individuals. And now we have individuals who've been with us since this contract started, who have moved up through the ranks, who are now making significantly more money than they were when they started with us, so much so that we have 2 employees who have purchased their own homes, another who is in the pipeline to buy another one. We continue to support our employees with the financial stability program so that they can take these positive steps and actually have permanent change, not just a temporary one. And so we're excited that the mayor and her team, especially working closely with Commissioner Graziano, Michael Braverman, Julie Day, and all of their members of their teams, to make this happen. There was a need for courage to do something that hadn't been done. It's now been done, and I can tell you now, because of the boldness and because of the innovation in Baltimore City, cities like Detroit are now calling us and saying, how do we do this? Cities like Cleveland and even Atlanta, cities in New Jersey, all want to know how we're getting this done, because they don't understand how it can happen. And I tell them it begins first with a strong public partner in your mayor and in your, whatever your equivalent to Michael Braverman and Julie Day and Paul Graziano are. You got to have a strong partnership with those folks. We have it here, and it's one of the reasons that it works. Now, Madam Mayor, we're not going to fire up the big machine today.
Oh, good.
We heard you didn't like it that much, and so we just said we're going to leave that.
I like safety.
You love this machine, though, and you've actually made it popular. I think you've used it as much as most of us have. You're as good at it as anybody. And so we wanted to fire this up for you and let you clean a few bricks for us, if you would. You'll notice we have some of the other material that we've brought out of the buildings already, but we're going to cease and desist on taking any more out while you're here, because it's actually an operation that requires a lot of safety measures, and we try to keep those in place at all times. So we are going to fire up the affectionately called Italian Stallion here, because it is an Italian import, and just doesn't look all that sexy on the street, but it does do a great job with bricks, and we'll have the mayor clean up a couple bricks for us.
Go Jim. All right, all right. Okay, well, the mayor is getting organized here. I want to thank Value Poma and the DPW team. I know they did a lot of cleanup here this morning as well. So thanks for her and her team at DPW.
Well done.
Beautiful. All right. One brick ready to be recycled.
You got that right.
All right. Anybody want to buy a brick? How much are these bricks worth, you think?
They range, this one here, we can get anywhere from 35 to 50 cents a piece for them.
35 to 50 cents a piece for the bricks. So when you start getting thousands and thousands and tens of thousands, it really builds up and helps to support the program. So it's wonderful. So thank you all for coming out this morning, and thanks for all that you've done over the years. And I look forward to continued progress and leaping forward as we, it takes a while to set things up, sometimes many years, but we're on a path now to really take off. And so I'm just very excited. And I urge you to take a look at some of the boards here of some of the work that's already underway and or completed. So thank you all for being here this morning.
May I have all the speakers over here for